everybody. How's it going? Welcome to a special Monday night version of live sketch claims. And tonight we have Larry Stroman and David Williams joining us tonight. How you guys doing?
Yo, I'm all right.
Yeah, good.
I'm good.
Other than being mad at Grubhub, I'm okay.
Well, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Are they not delivering it, or?
No, they've delivered it to the wrong place like about 3 to 4 times now.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
You forgot to mention our special co-host,
Our special co-host.
Annika.
They all know me.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at one time here. So I apologize. How you doing, Annika?
Good.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Of course, anytime. 2 of my favorite artists, so I'm happy to be here.
Excellent.
I don't have a Larry up here, though, because I've already showed off all of my Larry Stroman pieces.
Well, we just want to run down the rules real quick of how things work here. So claims are available in spots. They'll be shown on the screen. So when you see a claim available, that's when you do it. And once the spot is claimed, you're committed to purchase the sketch, and payment is due within 7 days of the invoice. There's a 3% processing fee, and anybody who has an outstanding invoice, I will not let you have a claim. I mean, if you did something from Thursday, obviously, I just invoiced, or anything from the Bill Morrison sketch op, I just invoiced. I'm not going to hold you to that. It's anything older than that, which I don't think I have anybody who's older than that. So everybody should be good to go tonight. And the special thing about tonight is it's not going to be those quick sketches that we normally do. It's going to be more commission style. Not full commission style, but much more elaborate pieces. And you can see the prices that are scrolling across the screen right now. So without further ado, let's get some claims in. All right, so David has an open claim right now. We didn't do one for Larry yet, so so you got to hold on. So first one was Stephen Curtis with his claim for David Williams. What do you want, Stephen? Hey, Stephen, it's 5 a.m. where Stephen is, so he stayed up for this. So I'm glad he got his claim in.
That's early.
It's early. Stephen's a trooper, though. Staying up all that early on a Monday. Yeah, Annika changed up her background. Yeah, she's got new art. We'll show that off at some point. Oh, it's midnight. Okay. I thought you said it was 5 a.m. So what's your claim, Stephen? We're just waiting for Stephen's claim. One thing I was doing, the reason why I'm a little Archangel. All right.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
So, David, you are Archangel, my friend.
Cool.
You got a real easy one to do.
Hold on.
I know these music.
All right. So, who was the first claim for Larry?
Ooh. Steve Sanchez.
2 Steves. Well, Steven and different. Steve Sanchez. Congratulations, buddy. What did you want? Well, I'm going to say this. When we do the next claim, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let anybody who wants it claim for a few seconds, and then I'm going to do a wheel spin.
Ooh.
So hang in there, guys. Mr. Sinister. You asked for it, Larry.
Okay.
So Mr. Sinister and David.
You know, the spinning wheel thing would work better if you actually had a wheel behind you.
Oh, I can make one.
Yeah.
Don't hate on me yet. I'll show you. You'll see. I got skills.
So, David, did you
Yes,
do a
sir.
lot of school
Did I do a lot of schooling for art?
for art?
No, not at all.
Yeah, me. I took a couple of courses here and there, and I went to an art school, but I hated it so much that I skipped most of my classes.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it
And I
off.
actually completed maybe about 6 months of the school.
Uh-huh.
I would come in and I would sign in, and then I would leave.
Yeah,
And but I completed. I ended up completing the whole year. But as far as I don't know, it was just too slow for me.
How many other friends in school were artists like yourself, or were you the only one that was the special one?
You mean people that I knew?
Yeah.
Only one guy that I remember. He was a guy I was in high school with, and he did some independent stuff. His name was Hannibal King. And then there was just like a long period of time where I didn't see a whole lot of stuff by him. So I don't know what even happened to him as far as the work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, him doing any more work, but I'm around the Boston area right now. So he usually goes to a lot of shows here. So I'll run into him one day. I always remember when I was young, people would ask Kirby, what school did he go to? And Kirby would always say that he went to the school Hard Knocks.
That's
So
what
I actually thought that was a place. I'm like, man, I want to go to that school.
Yeah. That's what I actually had on my Facebook, Facebook page. What school did I go to? The School of Hard Knocks.
Right. I mean, with comics, for the most part, with the exception of maybe a few schools, pretty much everybody just learns from drawing from comics.
That's right.
All the old guys, that's basically how they did it.
Mm-hmm. You got to stand on somebody's shoulders, and then you become your own man.
Yep. And there were a lot of people who
or woman
there were a lot of people who became assistants to people at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to become one of those guys' assistants, but all those spaces were taken at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
I got your burger. It just arrived.
now you're trying to make me upset.
Yeah.
I already told you I was upset. Now you're making me more upset. I got to tell my sister, she's going to be laughing at me.
So this special show we're doing tonight with the Level Up. This is all David Williams' idea, so you guys can blame him. David wanted to do something a little more elaborate tonight. And
I'm excited.
Larry agreed to join him in, so I thought that was fun. So we'll see how this goes. Hope it's good stuff.
I was telling my sister how growing up, even though most of my young life I was just a little skinny kid. After getting my lunch money stolen from me a few times, I decided I was going to start, fighting back. So I kind of got to a point in my life where I never turned down a challenge for much of anything. It just goes back to that getting my lunch money stolen.
I find it hard to believe that you were ever a skinny little kid.
I had bones, my bones popping out my back. That's how skinny I was at
Oh
one
my
time.
goodness.
Larry, I love the camera angle you got going on. Looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, I changed it from the last time.
Are you trying to tell me you don't like my camera angle? Is that what you're saying?
No, David. I love you.
Uh-huh.
Yours is perfect.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I don't know if I told you this though. I was last week we had James Pasco on. So when we were doing some pre-show work, he said to me, now sometimes I tend to run over a little bit, with a sketch. So I need somebody to tell me when it's time to stop. I said, I'll tell you when it's time to stop.
Yes, you will.
So don't you worry about that.
There's this movie about Michelangelo. I think it was who was it? Charlton Heston. I think it was Charlton Heston. So he's painting Sistine Chapel. So every once in a while, the Pope would come in and he would say, well, "When are you going to be finished?" And he says, "I'll be finished when I'm done."
Mm.
And I've been using that ever since.
And the Pope declared that he's going to hell.
Yep. No, they were cutting out people's heads and executing people at the time. Matter of fact, I think Michelangelo had to take off out of town because the Pope had wanted him to paint something else, but Michelangelo insisted on the fact that he was a sculptor and not a painter.
Mm.
But those guys in those days, they did like a little of everything.
Yeah.
So if the Pope would have walked into Sistine Chapel, looked up and said, "Hey, Mike, that looks great," he would have stopped.
Yep, probably. Yep.
I don't know if you guys ever been to Disney and Epcot, Spaceship Earth. They actually have a scene where, it's animatronic. So they have Michelangelo laying on his back on the scaffolding, painting the Sistine Chapel. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So con season's starting to happen. Anybody, you guys doing any shows?
Nope.
I have a couple of really small ones set up in this direction, but I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head what the name of them are.
Just gonna jump into the car with Mike and let him take you?
Exactly. I usually just go.
That's the way to do it. So, Annika, what's new in your world? Is school out yet?
One more day. Tomorrow's promotion. So getting ready for it. And then summer break. I'm excited. How's the gear up for Mega?
The last day of school, the last professional day.
Mm-hmm.
We walk around with a form and have it signed by everybody. Like the library that we didn't know any books.
Yep.
Our supervisor that we handed in our lesson plans. We'd walk around the whole building all day getting all these signatures. And then we'd sit in our department room and wait for the principal to show up to give us all our last paychecks.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, we have to do all the checkout stuff. So
I was cheap, it didn't matter. No one cared. Because we were supposed to hand in our keys, and I still have the keys to the school.
Oh my God.
And I haven't taught there in 20 years. I bet you they still work.
Probably.
I stopped drawing for a second because I'm looking for some reference. I should have a reference of my own stuff, but I.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, you dropped his pencil.
So David, before you got into comics, were you doing anything art related?
No, this was my first job. I didn't want anything else. No, I did do Burger King for like a month. and then,
Or a real job?
Yeah, and then I did. I was fueling semis at this. It was like where semi trucks go to get refueled and all this other kind of stuff. So I was fueling semis and putting oil in there, and it ruined so many of my jeans and clothes smelling like gas. And I said, "Yeah, I can't do this job." So
I did a maybe about a week or two working for this silk screening company. So I was the guy who had to put all the glue and on the silk screens and all that kind of stuff. And man, after about a week, that smell was just driving me crazy.
Yeah,
and I started to feel sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit that job, and then you actually lasted at Burger King longer than I did because I lasted for only like 2 weeks.
I used to hook my wife up with off the menu burgers.
Right.
It's like quadruple bacon, barbecue, triple cheese.
Well,
the
thing is, I hated the smell of working back in the kitchen so much that when I finally left that job, I don't think I ate at Burger King for another like maybe 5 years.
Yeah, wow.
That's where I met my wife.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was like 16, 17 years old, and she was behind the counter at Burger King. And
wow.
I walked up and I said, "Can I have a Whopper, a large fry, and your phone number?"
Right.
And she said no.
You used the classic line.
She said no. And I said, "Can I give you my number?" And I wrote my number on the receipt. And she still has it.
Wow.
And we've been married 26 years.
wow.
Girl, what's that perfume you wearing? French fry? That smells good.
It did leave a smell on your clothes, like
Yeah.
like working at a gas station or something,
So every time you smell those smells, you're just like memories,
Yep. Yep. A friend of mine had me laughing because he always loved the smell of old comic book newsprint paper.
Oh, me too. I love that.
Mm.
Yeah, so apparently some guy was selling that smell in a can.
Mm.
So he ordered it. I said, "Did you actually think that was going to work?" So he said he was real disappointed because he found out that it didn't work.
Oh, wow.
It's not like a hard smell to find. Just go find an old comic book.
Right. I think he wanted to spray it on some of his newer comic books.
Oh, wow.
That's probably the reason why it didn't work.
I wonder if CGC would give it a bad grade for that. Comics stink.
Yeah.
When I used to live out in LA, I'd go to the Golden Apple, and when it was a hole in the wall back in the day, that's all it smelled like was old, paper,
Right.
and I was just like,
Yep. It was like magic. Every once in a while, you find like a really old bookstore that has that smell.
yeah.
Mhm.
Man, do old bookstores even exist anymore?
There's a few here and there.
If they survived COVID.
Mm.
Yeah. I know there's one that's close to me, and what they did was you had to come up to the store and buy the book through a window.
Drive-through bookstore.
To keep people from coming in.
We had a
And every day I go down there's always people going to that store all the time.
Wow.
When I lived in Jersey, we had a drive-through liquor store.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a garage, and you pulled into it, and they would put the stuff in your trunk,
Wow.
Right.
and you just drive away. It was the best. And that's
Well, they have been talking about for a period of time having drive-through supermarkets, where your car just drives up to a certain section of the supermarket, and they just, they ring up the food and give it to you.
Well,
You never get out the car.
When I lived my grandmother, she lived in West Covina, California, and they had literally a block away from us, they had the little dairy, but it had all the foods that you would probably get at a Walgreens or Walmart or whatever. And
Right.
you just say, hey, I want this, this, and this, and this. And they, you get your daily milk, your orange juice, your whatever else they would have in there and stuff like that. And I thought it was so convenient and stuff. But as the years went on, when it got into the, the late 90s, 2000s, the place kept getting robbed, so they shut it down. I was just like, man, can't have nothing good.
Yep. That's how it is, unfortunately.
I just bought a bunch of pops for MikeyCon. God. What am I going to do with these things? They're going to be all over my house.
They're not easy to store either.
Hopefully I won't be coming home with many.
I was having a conversation with my sister a little while ago, and we were talking about comics and stuff. So I was asking her about Galactus, and she had no idea who I was talking about. She had never heard of him before. I'm like, how can you not know about Galactus? So what I was realizing is, because I've had conversations with people about this, where people would say, oh, kids, they don't read comics anymore. All they want to do is watch TV and stuff. And then we eventually came to the conclusion that's how we got into comics, is by watching TV, watching stuff on television. So now, like, I remember my brother, because he was kind of in the comics. Every once in a while, I have this memory of seeing these pictures, but I can't remember where the pictures are from. And then I finally realized my brother used to have those the black light posters that Marvel had. Mm-hmm. And one of them was that famous scene from one of the Fantastic Four books where Dr. Doom sucks the power out of the Silver Surfer, and then he flies around on a surfboard, and I forgot about it. So for years I kept saying, why am I so fascinated by the Silver Surfer character? And then I realized I had actually been looking at that when I was a young kid. And I think he also had a poster with the Silver Surfer just kind of standing there holding a surfboard. So then, like I said, I started realizing that I thought all of the inspiration that I had for comics just came directly by way of the comics. And then I realized it came from all these various other places.
Yeah, it's funny when you start thinking about the things that influence you in your life.
Yep. And then every once in a while you have that memory of something that you saw, but you can't remember what it was, and you can't remember where you saw it. But then you talk to people about it, and they don't know what you're talking about. And then one day you're kind of randomly flipping around on YouTube or something, and then there it is. I'm like, I knew that thing existed.
It's funny. One of my earliest memories of comics my dad used to get me the coverless Incredible Hulk comics from a 5 and dime, and I think it was the first page. It was a picture of the Hulk like sitting down, eating an apple or something, while the army is behind him shooting machine guns, and the bullets are just ricocheting off him. But he's
Right.
eating an apple, and I would love to find that book because it's like the one panel I remember from my childhood.
Yep.
We got some good stuff going on here right now. Did you guys ever draw any trading cards for Marvel or DC or anything?
I did some
I
X-Men
did.
ones.
I did a couple, but it was like at the point in which they were going to have, at the point in which I got to do some of those, they'd used up all the characters basically. So the two characters that I got was these two completely unknown X-Men characters.
You got Glob and
But yeah, I think one was called Phalanx. One was called Phalanx, and I forgot who the other one was.
well, if Ryan's on, he'll know.
Yeah. But they paid very well, and I had a good time doing it because it was one of the few times in which I actually got to paint something.
Wait, you said trading cards?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did some Spider-Man ones and Spider-Man villains.
Mhm.
I did like one of the least known Spider-Man villain, like Willow the Wisp.
Right.
And who was the other one? I think I did Hammerhead. And,
Did they send you anything for reference or?
nope. They just said go to town. I was like, all right.
There used to be a time where they did send you reference, but once the internet came around, they just stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's easy enough to find it yourselves on the internet. Not quicker too. Save the money on producing style guides.
I like the style guides.
I used to love the Marvel the guide to the Marvel universe, where they had the character and then they would have a full description of them, and
Right.
they would even do weapons ones where they would have ships and they would show all the ships and describe the ships. And
Well, the only problem I had with that book is all the stuff started to be kind of the same after a while. So it's like all the characters, their level of strength was always 10. I'm like, come on, man. There's some 8s and there's some 7s,
yeah,
you know. But everybody was level 10. Everybody's intelligence was like level 10. I'm like, come on. I am probably the only guy that worked for Marvel at the time that never did one of those. But I think, if I could remember correctly, I think I might have stolen one of the style guides that DC had with all the art was done by Garcia Lopez.
Yeah, I got that. I did.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
a lot of things, didn't he?
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
those
man.
books great.
You see that banner in the back? This is for MegaCon. I just put it up for shits and giggles.
It looks big.
It is big. It's 10 foot long. And then I made, let's see if I can find it. So if anybody's going to MegaCon, you'll be able to see our banners. And you'll be able to find us, hopefully. And then I have these.
Oh, very cool.
See that? These will be hanging up too.
Ooh, look at that.
fancy banner. It's really loud.
Of course, I'm starting to wonder where I'm going to put all this shit. It's already getting to that point where I don't know what to do with anything anymore.
Gonna need a shed.
Yeah, they have those little sheds that they have at Home Depot.
Mhm.
We're not allowed to put those up.
What?
Yeah, the HOA won't allow it.
Why? Because people were storing like firearms in it or something.
I have no idea.
Huh.
Speaking of firearms, right? So last week, an armadillo got in our backyard, and my beautiful bully bulldog Bruce kicked its ass.
Ooh.
I mean, he was tearing this thing apart. And he left it to die. I felt bad. I could see the thing was not going to survive. And I wanted to go and get my gun and shoot it. And I'm like, if I go out there and shoot it, then the cops are going to come. And I got to explain why I just put a hole in an armadillo.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't. I just said, you know what? Let nature take its course. It didn't last long. So
I always thought those things were like out in the desert or something.
dude, I had a whole family living under my porch. He killed 2 of them, and the other 2 haven't come back since. So the one he killed on our, we have a patio, lanai, screened in lanai, and then there's a doggy door that goes into our bedroom, and the armadillo was in front of the doggy door.
Oh.
Yeah, so he just got that son of a bitch. Before he would have gotten my house.
I didn't know armadillos were in Florida.
I didn't either until I moved here. And then
So,
when Bruce killed it, I told him.
So, David, what kind of wild animals you got to deal with?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
His house
probably a
lives in
lot.
Texas. And I said, hey, my dog just killed an armadillo. Do I have to worry about this? He goes, nah. Dogs kill armadillos all the time here. I'm like, okay.
Huh.
What kind of wild animals do I have to deal with?
Yeah, where you live.
Tax collectors.
I've never actually had one come to my house, but you know.
That's why you don't live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. These
I have a
people
friend
want
who
their
lives-
money.
He lives not too far away from there, and he tells me about having to deal with snakes and coyotes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we get coyotes here.
The coyotes are kind of almost everywhere.
I mean, we have a little bit of, we have road runners, coyotes, foxes, owls. What else? A lot of squirrels, you know, prairie dogs, all that kind of stuff. But they're not really nuisance animals out here. They stay to their own. And don't have too many problems.
Oh, for anybody who bought James Pasco stuff, it arrived today. So that was quick. We had the op on Thursday, and the yard arrived today. That's David Williams time right there.
And that's what I was going to say. Somebody's trying to compete.
So, but I'll be sorting that out. I just got all the Larry stuff I got in shipped out today. So if anybody had some of that Larry stuff, it'll be look for that. It'll be coming to you soon. I'll get the James Pasco stuff out hopefully this week. Steven said he loves your choice of the pose for Archangel.
Oh, great. Good.
I was like,
I got a new piece of art, Dave, and I wanted to show it to you specifically. Because these are David, can you see my screen?
Yep.
These are
You have to raise it up.
David Williams type hands.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
That's very nice. Is that
Mike Perkins.
Oh, okay, Mike Perkins. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Look at
gonna
those
say
hands. I was like,
Yeah,
ooh, I gotta show that to David.
very cool. That's a lot of rendering.
I told my daughter he probably sitting in front of his mirror with his hands all curled, trying to figure out how to draw him like that.
That's how we used to do it.
Yeah. It's great to watch you guys do more of an elaborate piece. You know, to see Larry do those tight pencils.
Like usually Larry uses a bigger brush too, so it's weird. It's a little brush.
And Dave, you don't use markers, right? I mean, you don't use brushes, you use markers or Copics.
Yeah. Copics, yeah.
Did you ever?
I bought a bunch of those at one point, but man, I was having so much trouble keeping those things working because what I usually tend to do is I tend to draw something and just toss the pen to the side, so they were always drying out.
You silly man.
Yep. And then I got the refills, but even that after a while wasn't making that much of a difference, so I don't use those too much.
That's an expensive tool not to take care of.
Yep. You know how many airbrushes that I bought over the years, and I wasn't good at taking care of those either.
Wow.
I just stopped buying airbrushes.
I don't think I've ever seen an airbrush piece by you.
Oh no, that was a long time ago. Closest thing I came to airbrush is what I used to do is some of my backgrounds when I do a painting would be I would use the Krylon spray paint.
I was watching a guy who colors, Steve Leidick, and he had this like gun that he put the Copic marker in, and it sprayed the color down in Copic. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it works like a paintbrush.
Oh, okay. But it was pretty cool. I mean,
It's if the Copic is like real juicy, the air just pushes the juice onto the page. They're not that great. They're all right for effect.
Oh, he's saying it's a Copic airbrush. I thought you just put the regular Copic marker into it when you loaded it. That's what it looked like. They were talking about it.
See, a lot of things that people have adapted over the years are things that were used by people in other segments of the art world. So that kind of stuff is usually like advertising, animation type stuff. So people kind of brought it into the comic book world.
I was 10 years old when I found out that Larry Stroman was lefty.
I was just thinking that.
How did I never notice that before?
Because I don't do this.
Yeah. It's true. You don't write like that either, I bet, right?
Nope. When I was young, it just became a problem, writing and drawing like that. Just kind of, my hand was just in the way all the time. So.
Because I imagine that would be tough because you would smear everything.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, earlier at the beginning, I was thinking, oh, I did not realize he was left-handed.
I can't believe that. I never.
And I've watched so many of these now.
And I still don't know what that means when people say that.
Are you left-handed?
Yeah, what does it mean to be left-handed or not be left-handed?
Well, I heard from Phil Sims, the quarterback for the Giants, told me that although he threw a football right-handed, he was actually left-handed. And he said the only thing I can tell you is that left-handed people have a shorter lifespan. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know what that was.
sheesh.
They opened up one of those left-handed stores like Ned Flanders in The Simpsons.
Yep. Actually, many years ago, I owned a firearm, and I bought one that was ambidextrous.
Oh.
Now my wife's right-handed and everything, but she actually does everything with her left hand. So, like we go to restaurants, I can't sit on her left because we'll bang elbows.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I used to go through that too.
Man, doing this weird geometrical thing on this guy is a pain in the butt because you got to negotiate all of these weird lines. What?
Are you complaining, David?
No, not at all.
It's okay. You can complain if you want.
Actually, we complain at what we do all of the time. We just don't. People just don't hear it.
Yeah,
I've had times where I picked up drawings and art supplies and threw them across the room and cussing, and people would come in saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, just yelling at a piece of art.
So, Larry said that the word sinister is Latin roots, and it means left-handed.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
And you're drawing Mr. Sinister. That's funny.
Yeah. You know, when I did this character in X Factor, I never really paid that much attention to him. Then as the years have gone by, people always said that they liked the way that I drew the character. And like I said, I never really even thought much about it.
Did you guys ever get a script for a book and you see a character's name and you go, "Oh, Jesus, I don't want to draw this fool"?
Well, some characters, of course, are more difficult than others because they have more involved in their costumes. And it's not the drawing of the character; it's the fact that you have to then draw the character like 30 more times.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I see a Spider-Man book and I see like the webs and everything, I'm like, God, that's got to be tedious.
Gosh.
With the Spider-Man thing, you get used to that after a while.
Now, the one that would be crazy is that one Marvel character that has all the playing cards on them.
Oh, Jack of Hearts?
Jack of Hearts. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Whoever designed that needs to be bitch slapped.
I've heard that from other people too.
Mm-hmm.
Jack of Hearts. And then there was isn't there one called Marvel Eternity where basically he's space?
Oh, that's fine. I could deal
Is
with
that
that.
That's an easy one. What it is people will look at something like that and they think you're actually drawing all of the stars.
Yeah.
You're just putting the black in, right?
No, well, it depends on the artist. Like if it was me, I'd black it all in and then I'd get white out and just splatter it.
Oh, okay. Or like Archangel doing all those blades in his wings. That could be a pain in the butt, I imagine.
No, that's going to be relatively easy because they're strong geometrical shapes. Where it gets crazy is like what I'm doing right now is I have to put down this weird pattern that he has on his costume, and then I got to decipher all the muscles in between that when I'm spotting blacks,
right,
to make it pop from one another. Which ones do I emphasize or de-emphasize and all that kind of stuff. So that's where that gets kind of nutty. Once you see me put in the wings, that'll probably be the last thing I put in, and it'll go relatively fast. But right now, I'm trying to discern where all the lighting's going to be coming from. But since I already established it on the face, I know that things could be coming like from that angle.
Yeah. Great clean lines on both of these. Yeah, it's funny to think about sometimes. You look at some characters and I'm just like, man, that's got to be a pain in the butt to draw.
The craziest ones used to be when every once in a while when Kirby would draw like Odin with some old crazy helmet thing and whatever else. And he's sitting up on this big chair that has a whole lot of designs on it. But then that when Odin would be in those books, he'd only be in a couple of panels.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, or he'd do like some crazy Madrox. I mean, what's his name? Who's the guy? In the Inhumans, the bad brother, Maximus Mad. He's to some characters, crazy stuff too.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always easy if you're only going to do the costume a few times.
And I know vehicles and buildings are a pain in the butt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I hate doing that. I hate doing that stuff.
And crowds.
No, I love crowd stuff.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that people like the most when I've done books is crowd scenes.
Man, am I drawing this right? Okay.
Is it still hot up there, Larry, in Boston?
It's off and on. Today's been pretty cool. It's been raining all day.
Is it hot now? Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, is it hot in Ken?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta show Larry what the. So I think for the next claim, I'm going to do something like this.
The wheel.
See?
And that's cheating your names.
Oh, yeah, I can.
That's funny.
It's cheating if it's all Ken.
Well, they all said Ken except for one. Ken. Well, Steven said he was going to ask for Age of Apocalypse Holocaust, but changed his mind at the last minute. So you got off easy, Dave.
Sounds like it.
Oh, I'm thinking now, a character I could never get right. I hated drawing this character. There's this character named Longshot.
Oh, I love Longshot.
I despise drawing that character because I could never get him right for some reason.
I got to look at him.
I just have no idea why, but I just could not get that character right.
Did you have all your Arthur Adams reference next to you?
Yeah, it's just I just don't know why that one particular character just never worked.
I'm looking him up now. I want to see what he looks like.
You've seen him before.
Not long shit, long shot.
Ooh, what in the heck?
Oh no.
Wait, what's wrong with long shot?
No, I didn't say anything was wrong. I just said I just had trouble drawing him, and I don't know.
Was it the bandolier or?
I don't know what. I think it was that mullet.
Mullet. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Just some of it I just could not get right for some reason.
I knew it.
Oh, here's a style guide I'm looking at. Yeah, that's a mullet, all right. Holy smokes.
But Arthur Adams had that exact hairdo back in the day.
Is it self-portrait?
It wasn't quite self-portrait, but there's a little inspiration in there. It's like,
I wish Joe Dirt was out back then, then I could have used that.
That's fantastic. It's Dirty, by the way.
Yeah.
Annika, what do you got on the wall there? She went away when I was just going to ask her.
She said, I had enough.
Leaving? You going to make dumplings?
Oh no, so there's clearance. I don't know what's happening. It's all my question stuff. Yeah. I still have a frozen shoulder, so I can't really actually. It's like a David Williams, my Erica Slaughter. Peoples Thor, and then Belmore's in my Disney parks.
Oh, yeah.
Visiting Mila, Amy. Yeah, I've already shown off all my Larry Stroman, so I was like, I'll put one. All my new art from you.
I think I just shipped you a box with like 3 of them in today.
I think it arrived, but it arrived at my parents' house, so I have to go pick it up.
I shipped one today, I think.
Oh, today? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something else came yesterday. Or no, today.
I don't know what was in that one.
I don't know.
I just get to a point where they get to be enough, and I say, "Oh shit, I'm sure that's enough of that."
These are turning out so cool.
So what I'm going to do is, since I'm doing a wheel spin, let's see what happens.
You can get everyone's names.
There are new claim videos. Now these videos are going to be short for anybody who's watching. So when they pop up, you can't be like Annika, hanging out in the kitchen listening to the podcast, waiting for the music to play. These are quick hitters right here. I changed things.
Oh no!
The anti-Annika rule. Although Jeff said that if he can, he's going to claim something tonight since he's technically not on the show.
Ooh.
He said, go for it, dude.
Is he working today?
Yeah, he's working. Yeah.
Oh.
He's got family coming into town, so he's putting in
That's right.
a bunch of days so he can take off.
Oh my gosh, Ken.
Did you see that?
How am I going to get back to my computer when I'm not helping you?
All right. See, and listen, everybody who wants to claim one, you can do it. I'm going to do a wheel spin. There you go. They're popping in now. But I want to get it so I can get the wheel up. I think he's going to finish before David.
Is that right? You think so?
Well, no. Listen, it's not a competition. Let's see.
See, it's because he's using those Copic markers.
All right. There's no Copics here.
Monica, read up the names to me for the claims.
Okay, so Andrew,
Got it.
James,
James.
and
Okay.
Robert.
Robert.
Laguna Backshot. Ooh, but it's
Andrew.
Those three are the ones I see
All
so far.
We'll see. We'll see who's gonna get it.
So fast. I don't know about this new one. From a claiming perspective.
Oh, James too. He's not on Facebook. I got him in there. Right? Yeah, I think we got all the claims then. So 3 people. So let's do it. It looks like Larry's getting close.
Oh, James said his chat won't load.
All right. So how many times should we spin it? I mean, it's 3 people.
2 times? I don't know how this works.
Larry, how many times should I spin it for your claim?
Oh, I don't know. One, I guess, is okay.
Larry says 1. Robert. All right, congratulations, Robert. You are the claimant. So whatever you want, buddy, just let us know.
We said a Magneto.
Magneto?
James says congratulations to Robert from YouTube.
That's awesome. All right.
So, David, what do you usually watch while you're drawing? Or not watch, what do you listen to?
Ken.
I can't listen to too much actual music because my music's too funky. So I want a boogie. So I'll put on TV shows or movies that I've watched probably like 1,000 times already, just so I could use it. I use it as a stopwatch.
Yeah.
So I try to.
But I find even when I watch old stuff, when it gets to the parts I like, I still will look up at it.
Oh yeah, I mean, those things happen. But once you start getting into the habit of saying, okay, I'm gonna beat this clock, before, Michael Keaton says I'm Batman, I have to have a paddle done,
David Williams' claim just went off, guys. Same thing. We have multiple claims. We're going to do a wheel spin.
Yeah, that's usually when I'm drawing. Is usually when I go through my TV series. Because like once I become familiar with who the characters are, I don't need to keep looking up at them.
You didn't like my thunderclap? I'm going to do it again just because it scared him.
I just saw that Sweet Tooth TV series. I remember really liking the book.
How was it?
It was pretty good. It wasn't as dark as the book was, but it was pretty good.
Well, Andrew, what would you like from Larry? Or David, I'm sorry. Just let me know what you want, Andrew, for David.
So what kind of music are you talking about, David? That's too funky.
A lot of Prince.
Yeah.
A lot of, D'Angelo, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Yeah, me, it's usually a combination of Parliament Funkadelic, Prince,
Yeah.
and gangster rap from the 1980s.
All right. Listen to all that NWA.
Yep, all of it. Yep.
The next up for you, Dave, is going to be a Cyclops with a beam blast.
Cool.
This is an X-Men night.
Yeah, it is.
Larry's putting the finishing touches on this one.
Wow.
Nice.
Larry ain't done till I say he's done.
So, Ken, when we were talking about when we were talking on the phone about people sometimes would make claim to stuff and then they don't follow through. What I forgot to talk to you about is I have a few guys that's been following me around for a number of years, and they're like my personal trolls.
Right.
And they take every opportunity they can to try to wreck up something that I'm doing or trying to do. So a lot of those guys, a lot of times, will come on as other people wanting to get stuff, but then later on I find out it's them.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not a crazy character, I mean, if someone turned around and asked you to draw Howard the Duck right now, I might want to get payment up front. But,
man, you have no idea how much people love that Howard the Duck picture.
That Howard the Duck is
so cool.
fantastic.
I was shocked.
Fantastic.
People love it.
Whoever said it. I think I know whose it is. Very jealous.
Now this is pretty cool. If anybody hasn't seen this yet, how we did Swamp Thing and Howard the Duck.
That's awesome.
So cool.
That's pretty cool.
Now that was a character I didn't think I would ever draw, but I started drawing. I was like, hey, I like doing this.
Man Thing. Sorry, Jim. I get my Swamp Things, Man Things mixed up.
Oh, I just heard. I didn't even hear the first part. I just heard Bing, and then I heard Howard the Duck. All I paid attention to.
It's for Benham. All right, Andrew.
Have a nice dinner.
Larry, you're shifted a little bit to the left, buddy. Can't see much of it. There you go.
Sorry about that.
I used to love those whiteout pens, those big fat ones when I was in school.
Yeah, when they bring out the whiteout pens, they're almost done.
Yep.
So, David, have you ever seen Prince live?
At least 20 times.
Wow.
What?
Yep.
No, I always wanted to at least once, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
No,
when he was when I worked at Warner Brothers, he was on Jay Leno, and he was on there at least 6 or 7 times, and that was right up the street from us. So I took a long lunch break and went to go see him live on the Jay Leno show.
All right, I'm done with this one.
All right.
You ain't done yet. Sorry.
Wow.
You forgot to add eyelashes. So.
Oh no, I did. Eyelashes was one of the first ones I did.
Well, you did them wrong. Start all over.
Larry.
Scrap it and start all over.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the other one I'm supposed to be doing?
Magneto.
Okay. I remember there used to always be this debate as to how you pronounce his name. I always liked Magneto.
I used to call him Gary.
Right.
You know that guy Gary with the funny hat? Yeah.
Right. The football helmet he used to wear all the time.
Yeah.
I was just on a Zoom call and some guy said Magneto, and we all teased him for about 20 minutes.
That's what I used to say originally, and then I'm like, well, I think I like Magneto better.
Yeah, I think when the movies came out, they called him Magneto.
I think the truth is someone corrected Larry and said, "No, you ignorant wretch, it's Magneto."
Yeah, it was probably Stan Lee who did that.
Called him at home to tell him. James said, "Awesome piece, Larry."
Oh, with the Sinister?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, David. Trying to get that suit right.
Yep.
It's awesome. Starting to get jealous.
I know you
David, remember that?
Yeah.
David, remember that scene near the end of Star Wars where Luke Skywalker just couldn't get the thing correct as far as shooting into the Death Star?
Nope.
And Obi-Wan comes on and tells him just put that thing away and just use the Force.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what you have to do right now.
Pretty much.
You're thinking too much about what you're doing.
Use the Force, David. Hey, Larry, the guy who had the Sinister wants to know if you can hold it up for him real quick so you probably take a screenshot.
What?
The guy who got the Sinister wants you to hold it up so he can get a screenshot of it. Hold on, I'll give it a solo layout too. Nice and big.
That's great. Great.
Did he get it?
Yeah, you got it. I think so. You better have it.
Ken, is Renee your wife?
Yes, he said thanks. What's that?
Is Renee a family member?
Renee?
Renee Carson.
That's my wife, yeah.
She's showing up as a Facebook user.
Facebook user. Renee, give StreamYard permission to see your name. She's probably downstairs with her father. It has it on the big screen.
Oh, that's cute. I love it. There's like so many motorcycles outside my house right now. Sorry.
So which version of Magneto did you all like? The old guy or the younger guy?
Ooh.
I like the white hair Magneto personally. That's the one that.
Aren't they both right here?
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Just like I like the old bald Professor X in the wheelchair.
Yep.
James says the older Magneto was badass.
Oh yeah.
I'd agree.
Okay.
I don't have a good Magneto sketch. Anybody? I need one of those.
Oh yeah, I don't think I have. I don't have many sketches.
I have a few Doctor Dooms.
I do like Doctor Doom. It's cool looking.
Trying to think who else I might have.
I have a page that has Magneto and Storm from Uncanny. But I've never got the commission. I don't think I've ever gotten a commission of like a guy character.
Oh, David's on the wings. So the wings an easy part? Is that what it comes down to?
Yeah. See, they're just geometrical shapes and stuff. So, once you get those knocked down, and plus, his wings are so malleable.
Oh yeah.
They could almost do anything.
I can remember when that storyline came out in X Factor. It was so awesome.
Now that's a character to me that would be cool in the movies.
They did it, and it was terrible.
Yeah, they did Age of Apocalypse and he
Oh, that's right. He wasn't.
was barely in it.
I remember the opening scene to the Soldier Falcon series, and the way he was flying around with his wings, I was like, this is how it should have been done.
That's right.
Mhm.
Well, maybe when they reboot the X-Men into the MCU, they'll give them more of that. That would actually be kind of cool watching Archangel chasing after Falcon. Or
They'll
Captain
never do
America,
that.
I should say.
But I still also like the regular Angel with the bird wings.
I like that better. But he seemed powerless.
Yep.
He'd be a pretty big target with those big wings.
Well, he was supposed to be the best flyer, in the whole MCU or whatever, at one point.
Dave's looking up something.
Yeah.
See what Larry's doing. Oh, yeah. Larry, you had told me the story about when you assembled the X Factor team before the book came out. Did you do it because of the characters you wanted to draw?
I don't understand the question. Say that again.
You said you were part of the selection process to figure out what characters were going to be in the new X Factor when you started that.
Oh, well, because they gave me an opportunity to pick what I wanted, because I didn't have any of the more known characters.
Mm-hmm.
I was picking characters based on being able to draw them. You know, what type of characters I would have liked to draw on.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Did you select characters you wanted to draw for the team? Yeah.
That's not an opportunity that you get too often. So I kind of lucked out as far as that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steven went to bed. I can say that he's not going to get this piece, right? He won't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Might disappear in the mail.
This one got lost in the mail.
It's pretty epic. I like it.
So, David, Aaron said that he beat you in the last sketch duel you guys had.
That is untrue, and he knows it.
What was the character? Captain America, right?
Yeah,
I didn't see your piece, so I can't.
I sent it to you.
Did you?
Yeah, look in your mail.
Let's see.
Hold on, I gotta go get a prop. Hold on a second, all right?
Okay.
He's going to get his Grubhub delivery.
For those of you who may not know, Aaron Lepresti does a show Sundays, I believe. He practically does them every day. And David will go on there occasionally, and they do like a sketch duel.
I got to see that.
They did a Captain America this week, and Aaron said that normally I think David beats me. He said, but I think I got him this week.
Now, that was a character that I thought would be difficult to draw, and Captain America is very easy to draw.
Is he?
Yeah.
What about a character like Batman? Easy.
You said what?
Batman. There's really not much to his costume except for the
Batman's very easy.
Yeah.
Also, because there's been so many versions of Batman, you pretty much can, even if you might draw something incorrect on his costume, nobody cares because he has so many costumes.
I'm back. When you don't have a big enough circle template.
The bowl.
That's right.
You give an Archangel a bowl cut?
Yeah.
Hey, I use stuff like that.
Love it.
I'm waiting for his wife to run in the room and say, "What are you doing with my bowl? You better not get ink on that, Williams."
I was about to put something in that. Yeah, I do the same thing. My sister will come in saying, do you have my But, yep, it is right there.
Did you find it? Did you see it? The Captain America?
Nope.
You said what? Oh.
Nope.
What
I'll
I
find it though.
It's in your emails. It should be.
No, I got a lot of emails from you though. Yeah, you mentioned. I do remember seeing it. I just don't remember what it looked like. I'll find it. Good stuff, man. David's using a paintbrush or an ink brush now. See that?
Well, since David pulls out the bowl, I'm gonna pull out my chunky beef stew pan.
There's a night where we're like, we're gonna have sketches tonight, but you must incorporate kitchen utensils. Now the only reason Larry had that soup can around is because he didn't get his Grubhub.
Yep.
Yeah, that Archangel looks amazing. Oh, Annika, look.
Oh, God. Somebody caught me. It's always 1 o'clock when you're a teacher. Except when you're at school. So no.
You were cracking me up Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night?
Was it Saturday night? Last Saturday, I don't remember.
I don't know. Well, that's what I was. Yeah. I don't really even remember. Whoa. So much ink. Who's that for? Steven? Steven in London?
I think it is Steven. Yeah, Steven. Yep, Steven in London. He's probably sleeping. He's not even watching. He usually hangs until about 8:30.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And then, yeah.
It's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, he's up.
Oh, no, he's here. It's not going to get lost.
Steven says that's stupendous. David.
Oh, thanks.
I like that.
It looks okay.
He's always high.
We won't bring up the fact that Larry's going to lap you in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, Avi wants to know what your favorite drink is, since I'm clearly boozing it up.
My favorite drink?
Yep, everyone's favorite drink.
Both of you guys,
Oh. Purple stuff.
Purple.
Oh yeah, purple stuff. I love purple stuff.
Water, sugar, purple.
Yep. That's one of my favorite Dave Chappelle skits. Let me see. Me right now, it's fruit flavored Crystal Light.
Ooh. Obviously, it's grape Fanta from a glass bottle. It's a good choice.
It's a good choice. I can't really drink a lot of the other stuff anymore, so focus on a lot of the less sugar stuff.
Yeah.
You guys probably can't see what I'm doing right now, but in the original art, because this paper's off white, I'm doing the moon white, so it's making Angel pop.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing something a little different tonight. If anybody's new or just came on, or we decided to do a little longer sketches this time. So not going to be as many claims. I'm going to do wheel spins for claims, I think, just to give everybody a fair shot at it. So when a claim window pops up, everybody who says claim, I'll put you in a wheel spin, and whoever wins gets the chance at it. So, but these are a little more elaborate, a little more expensive, little experiment we're trying, and I gotta say, I think it's doing pretty well. We might be doing this again sometime.
I like this level up night. This is pretty cool.
I was talking to Jeff, and I said, "Yeah, level up." I said, "Maybe we call it XL." He goes, "No, level up is good." I was like, "Maybe came up with level up. I can't keep that." then I gotta pay him residuals or something. I don't know. I should make you draw the logo for
it. Well, there you go.
What am I getting my next batch of art from you anyway, Dave? You got new stuff? Did you find anything? Did you get to that storage locker yet?
No, it's going to be a while before I do that.
I was telling Jeff about that. And he goes, "Well, where does David live?" I said, "New Mexico." No. I'm not going to New Mexico to go through David's storage locker. I can't imagine the kind of heat in one of those things in New Mexico.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. One time we had to go in there and unpack stuff and then pack it again and stuff. And I think we slept for 2 days after that. We were just like, It's going to be a long while before we get back over there.
Ooh, I like that. Neat.
All righty.
What are you doing? Oh, he's going to sign it.
I'll just say nice instead of about time.
Steve's going to hold that up to the screen, so if you want to take a screenshot of it or anything, go right ahead, buddy. Oh, wow, look at that.
Wow.
I'm telling you. It's good stuff, man.
Cool. All right. Next one, you said Cyclops.
Cyclops with a laser blast coming out of his face.
Classic Cyclops or some kind of modern version? There's so many.
Robert, what version of Cyclops do you want? Just waiting for us to answer. Give us a version.
I'll do first appearance version.
That's awesome. I have one. I just got one. I got one of those. Tom Morgan, the original X-Men. Even Iceman is like snow.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, he does a lot of classic type stuff.
Yeah. I just commissioned him to do a Beta Ray Bill versus Gladiator Hulk.
Right.
So I can't wait to see what he does with that. Oh, you had Magneto?
It was Andrew.
It was Andrew. I'm sorry,
This
Andrew.
is the 90s outfit.
90s outfit. There you go.
90s outfit. Oh. Now I gotta look for it.
All right, Annika, you're in charge. I got to go help my father-in-law get ready for bed.
Okay.
Okay.
Because off the rails, can't blame me.
Oh, you mean the
I'm
Jim
going
Lee
to-
version? Is that the Jim Lee version?
Robert said 90s Finley version.
If it's 90s, it's that one with that thing across his chest.
Yeah,
Like he has a strap across his chest with the X on a little circle.
yeah.
Mhm.
I hate that version. Okay. Shooting his beam from his eyes. Okay. All right.
Has anyone watched the new Loki show?
What did you say again?
Oh, the new Loki show?
Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
I saw the first one. I wasn't that much into it. It'll be one of those ones that I probably wait until it gets to like episode 10 before I actually go back to watching it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did it have a lot of Easter eggs? Or...
I'm like the worst person at seeing Easter eggs.
Me too.
I have no idea.
You know what? There was one of the X-Men movies that had when they first showed Quicksilver, and people said, "Did you see Quicksilver?" I'm like, I don't remember that at all.
Who's in it?
The first time he was in one of the Marvel movies, it was like right at the end, but I never paid attention to it.
Especially if I'm watching at home. I'm like usually doing something else, so
Yeah.
I miss everything. I do always have an empty basket at Easter. Thanks, Robert. It's because I'm not a kid anymore.
All right.
Shit.
Starting to feel like summer in San Diego. It's so hot today. Larry, where are you at? I always forget.
You said what?
Where are you at? New York?
I'm right outside of Boston.
It was raining. I guess it's still technically spring.
Yeah, it's raining. Been raining all day.
You know what's weird about these X-Men costumes in the 90s? I mean, it's a precursor to all the Image stuff. It had pouches and stuff, but they never
Right.
used anything in these pouches.
Right.
That's true.
I always have this thing about when they do like action movies and then they introduce the characters. They say, oh, here's such a guy, he's a computer expert. Here's this guy, he's a weapons expert. The weapons expert guy always dies. Like, why doesn't that guy ever live in those movies?
What I hate is if they introduce a certain weapon and this weapon does this and you know and blah blah blah, and then they never use it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, we didn't see the weapon.
Yep. I don't know if you ever remember the John Carpenter's Vampires movie with James Woods. And so it started off and then as they were hunting these vampires, what they would do is when they found out where the vampires were, they would snatch them and bring them outside in the daytime while they were asleep, and then they would just start burning up. And then at one point they had like these all kinds of armor and stuff. And I'm like, wow, you never thought of the guys wearing armor to fight against the vampires. But then it never made any difference because they never used it for anything.
This is such a weird costume. Oh my goodness. Honestly, Larry, your X-Men and Mark Silvestri's was the only run I bought after Paul Smith left.
Oh, cool.
I really didn't get into Jim's. And Jim and I were cool. I didn't care for it.
Right. Yeah, the design thing is kind of a hard thing to kind of latch on to. There have been a lot of people who've drawn things very well, but their costume designs are not that great.
Yeah.
Like I always loved the Gil Kane stuff, but I never thought he was good at designing costumes. And of course, I thought Dave Cockrum was like the best at designing costumes.
Wait, didn't he design Captain Marvel?
He designed one of the versions of Captain Marvel, I think. He might have been. Well, no, the thing is, he was the one who drew it, but I don't know if he was the one who actually designed it.
Really? I thought he designed it. I thought he did the
You're talking about the red, white, and blue Captain Marvel? The green one.
He did the
That green one was done by what's his name? Gene Colan.
the classic red and blue suit with the yellow star on his.
Yeah, that was that's what I'm saying. That was the second version of Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that wasn't that Gil Kane?
I don't know. He drew it first, but I don't know if he was the one that designed it.
Yeah. Well, if he did, he's one of the best designers in the world.
Yeah. But to me, I would have to say, I mean, other than Kirby, of course, I would have to say Dave Cockrum.
Really?
He did the Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
He did, when she had the black suit with the lightning on it with the yellow belt. And then he designed all of the new X-Men stuff.
Oh, and didn't he design Binary?
Oh, I don't know.
That's one of the best versions of Carol Danvers ever.
Right.
Oh no, I'm caught acting like a nerd on video.
Yeah. What I never understood is if we're nerds, why do we always excuse ourselves as nerds?
Yeah. We don't have to excuse ourselves.
That's right. I'm a deep nerd.
Ugh.
So have you worked on any movies where people can see the credits at the end of the movie?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No. Even though I have worked on a movie that I didn't get credit for.
Oh, yeah. That happens a lot. I used to like to sit at the end of movies and look at the credits to see if I recognize any of the names. But then as I began to not like a lot of guys, I stopped doing that. But for some reason, I never really had any interest to do that.
What, work for movies?
Yeah. I think I've only one time that I even come close. It was a guy who used to be the stuntman for Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he was about to do his own movie.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, he was about to do his own movie, and I went up and kind of auditioned for doing the storyboards.
Oh, okay.
And it never really went anywhere. Then for the few that I did, they said they was going to pay me for it.
I mean, I did some designs for Mick G's Superman when he was going to direct it.
All right.
And then Darren Aronofsky's Batman when it was looking like it was going to fail. Some of the executives came over and they wanted to produce some more artwork to keep the investors interested. So they paid me to do some designs of what the bat suit would potentially look like. But Darren Aronofsky kind of dropped the ball on that.
One book that I almost did that I was interested in, but Marvel ended up not doing it. Was they were going to do a version of I don't know if you ever remember this movie called Brother from Another Planet.
Oh yeah. Hmm. My mom kind of ruined that movie for me. Because she went and saw it first, and she had to come back and recite the whole thing to me,
That's right.
spoiling it for me. And I'm like, come on, Mom.
I love doing that. I love telling people what's going to happen in a movie.
Oh, you evil son of a...
On that guy says, oh, here comes a scene where the guy's head blows up.
Oh, man, you're terrible. So if we go to the movies, I got to bring a shank?
Yeah, if I saw the movie already.
Yeah.
And I like to go way in the back of the theater and say it. You just yell it across the theater.
You're terrible. You're making black folks look bad right now.
I'm like, this is when he says, Luke, I am your father.
Oh, man.
Robert says that Holy Toledo, the Magneto, is turning up, and then he has fire. 3 fires.
For what?
He likes it.
For what?
Oh, for the Magneto you're doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to hear about it if it's for David. No, that is turning out really nice.
Yeah.
I'm back. What I miss?
Everything.
Oh, look at this. Almost makes Magneto.
All right, I'm done with this one. If you can see it.
Man,
Can you see it?
Awesome. Good stuff, man. You doing another, Larry?
Yeah.
Well, no claiming until I put the claim up. Now I'm going to do a pregnant pause for it.
Oh, that was a loud train.
I'm going to do the same thing, though. Anybody who put the claim in, I'm going to put him in a wheel spin. And do a kind of a random thing going on.
So fast. I can't get over it. Oh.
Well, the other one was too long. All right, Annika, read me off some of the names.
Michael.
Michael. Okay.
Robert again.
Okay. That's just 2. That can be a 2. Chain. What does that mean?
I think that's his claim. With a typo. An autocorrect. Because he has Ghost Rider on a bike with C?
All right. Yep.
I don't know what that means. What's with C?
I got him up there. All right, I'm going to close out the claims on Larry, and we're going to spin the wheel with these 2 guys. If no one else does it. Guess that's what we're doing. How many spins?
1.
1 big one. All right, Robert, what do you want, buddy?
Sebastian Shaw of the
Sebastian Shaw of the Hellfire Club. We're staying with that X-Men name.
Okay. Here for David.
For you.
Okay.
David just started.
Oh man. Dang it.
Did Robert get the Magneto?
Huh?
Did
Robert
he?
got the Magneto. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
You can't have two claims in one night, Robert.
He's all, you want to bet?
Dude. You can have claims from two different artists in one night, but you don't claim from two of the same artists in one night. Good try, though.
Oh, I missed James. Oh, that's why he said boo. I forgot. I didn't see his name. I made a boo-boo. See, they're coming to get me.
Oh, James said he was on the wheel.
Oh,
I don't
is
see
he?
you, James. Hold on a second. Ah, there he is. Claim Larry, James. Larry, don't start yet. We're gonna have to, Robert already claimed something, so we don't allow dual claims on.
So no Sebastian Shaw?
No Sebastian Shaw. Sorry, Robert. I mean, we have to give everybody a chance, but I hope you understand that. If it's something for David and you haven't got something for David, you certainly can do that. But when it's just one of the one artist, same artist, we like to change it up a little bit. So hold on, let me get the screen up here. I blame Jeff, because Jeff would have been on top of that. It's all Jeff's fault.
You know what? I could do better.
And there it is. James, Michael, I'm sorry, buddy.
You know what? I'm going to do something a little bit more dramatic. Hold on, peeps.
All right, James, what do you want, boss? Let's see. He said, "How about let Michael have one of his, and Larry doesn't know Larry." What's he saying? Well, Michael already got one from Larry. That's why we didn't let him claim that one. He can claim one from David, but he didn't. He already had one from Larry. So that's why we had to scratch that one. Jim. So you can defer to was it Michael? Yeah, it was Michael. Oh, okay. I'm thinking the other way around. I'm thinking Robert. Okay. Michael, James is giving it to you, buddy, if you want it. It's up to you.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the Michael on the chat. James is deferring to you if you want it. He said he'll take it. James, thank you, buddy. Michael, what do you want, boss? Now hurry up, Larry's going to fall asleep. I can hear him getting tired. Ghost Rider on a bike riding through a cemetery.
I hear his stomach growling.
No, I don't want to join any motorcycles tonight. It's a little difficult.
So no motorcycles, Michael. Would you want just a Ghost Rider? That would almost be like two characters. I can understand that. He's going to defer back to James. Watch. Well, if you're not going to do it, I don't want it. Just a Ghost Rider? I guess he wants just a Ghost Rider. Maybe he'll throw him in a cemetery for you.
I muted myself this whole time.
I thought you were just giggling.
Oh yeah, Robert's got some good ones from Larry.
I'm a little handicapped. I'm a little handicapped. He had spilled my bottle of ink and it went all over everything.
David, did you start over?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
What the? There's no startovers allowed on this show.
Oh, yes, there is.
I feel like I've only had one glass of wine tonight, but I feel like that was not what it started out with.
David drew Cyclops with two eyes. He had to start over.
Exactly.
Are you a comic art fan? Somebody wants to know.
I'm not. I should be. But like I said, I'm kind of like newer to the hobby. So I only really posted on like Facebook, those groups.
That's not me. It must be Jeff. It says, "What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?" From 4C Comics. That's got to be Jeff.
Oh, it's Jeff hijacking.
Like that. James says, "Great pose, David."
Work is calling me.
Marcus, you work in a school. They're all sleeping now.
I think they're probably just telling us it's the last day tomorrow.
Yeah, they're telling you what to bring.
It's online. Don't come to school, please.
Sorry's not good enough, buddy. Sorry. You missed
Yeah,
too
you
much.
left me alone. It was a struggle.
I left Annika alone. It was terrible. It's horrible.
Just
I got so many. I got my phone was blown up with people complaining.
I mean, it was a little quiet. I'm not gonna lie. I've never read Ghost Rider, but I always have liked his design. He's really cool looking. Or watched the Nick Cage movies. I never watched those either.
Larry,
So,
Ghost Rider story?
Ken.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't want to draw him on the bike. It's just I'm kind of tired right now. So
No. You're fine, boss.
if we're in a show where it's earlier in the day in the evening, then I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Hey, listen. A bike is almost like a second character, so I'm okay with that.
We'll see.
So, Larry, didn't you draw an issue of Ghost Rider?
One.
Like that?
Yep. One.
We talked about that.
I would have liked to have done more, but there was already a regular artist on it.
Mm.
This little unknown guy named Mark Texera.
Who's that? I'm kidding. I know who that is. I 100% know who that is.
When I was he was the first artist that I became a fan of. I deliberately bought books that he drew.
Mm.
He was the first one.
Yeah.
Now, what's that?
Last time I spoke to him, he was saying something about wanting to move down to Florida. So maybe you'll see him at some shows down there more often.
A couple of years ago, he was like at every show that Florida had. Every time I went to a show, Tex was there.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of artists that live down here. I know Amanda Connor lives down here. Mike Perkins doesn't live very far from me. Who else lives down here? Greg Land, Greg Horn. Both of those guys live here. There's a bunch of them. John Beatty lives in Daytona. Alex Saviak lives in Daytona. Yeah, there's a lot of artists down, especially in Central Florida where I am. There's a ton of guys and gals. Michael said he appreciates you taking the time to do anything for him, Larry. So thank you.
Yep.
Now, what's a character like Ghost Rider? On the scale of easy to hard, where would you rate him?
Ghost Rider himself is fairly easy, but usually when people want Ghost Rider pictures, they usually want other things in the picture. Like I did one, it was Ghost Rider and Luke Cage leaving Las Vegas. So I had to draw Las Vegas in the background, and I had to draw some some machines around, and that's usually what makes it more difficult, is just the amount of stuff that people want in it.
David flipped the script, went horizontal on this one.
Needed a little bit more dynamism in this.
Cyclops is another character I don't have any sketches of except for the team shot. I do look at some of those.
I don't know what is happening tonight. It is so loud in my neighborhood.
And Linda says she was talking about Bob Hole once. He said he drew Ghost Rider early in his career and disliked it because the bike was just too much work.
Yeah. It took me a long time before I learned how to draw a bike. And the thing is, what I usually tell people about how to draw, I wasn't using that myself. So rather than thinking of the bike as a whole thing, I kept thinking of it in individual pieces, and that's why I was having trouble drawing it.
You were trying to draw around the character with the bike?
You said what?
You were trying to draw around the character with the bike?
No, it's just, you think of the bike as, these wheels connected to this, and you got the pipes, and you got all the spark plug looking things, and you got this and got that, and that's rather than just thinking of it as a whole piece. When you think of stuff as a whole piece, it's easier to draw. It's hard to explain it. I would have to show it to you.
Yeah.
I think David understands what I'm saying.
I think David left.
All he did was his earphones.
You said he left?
Hello. I'm back.
He's back. What were we saying, Larry, about the bike now?
No, I was just saying. I said David would understand what I'm saying, but he didn't hear what I said.
What'd you say?
No, I was talking about how when you draw stuff, like to draw like the motorcycle, Ghost Rider's motorcycle, if you think of it as these individual pieces, then it's much more difficult to draw than if you just think of it as a whole thing.
Yeah. I'm glad I never had that book.
Yeah. It actually wasn't when I did it, it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was fairly simple. The difficult thing is I had to draw this this kind of wherever it was that green looking guy lived, and in the alternate universe, and it ended up being one of those Steve Ditko design things. So I was having trouble kind of reproducing what Steve Ditko did. Some artists are not easy to follow up on.
I'm gonna get a jump on some of this Pasco art.
I think my Cyclops looks like Kirk Douglas.
What am I saying? What do you look like?
But you know, back in those days, if they actually made an X-Men movie, he probably would have been in it.
Yeah.
How'd you find it?
Larry, Lucas says the black on the skull is so cool.
The what?
The black on the skull.
Oh
is
yeah,
so
thanks.
cool.
9x12s.
Are those birds?
It's a combination of birds and children yelling.
Oh,
I was just like trying to see what it was, and I was like, oh, those are kids yelling.
that's hilarious.
And then there's a couple birds.
What was that Tex Avery cartoon where that bear was going, quiet, quiet, I mean, quiet.
Andrew David is already saying that he said talk about a dynamic that goes beyond his expectations, and he loves it
Oh, great.
already. San Diego's too hot.
It was all right.
Don't be jealous.
Don't be hating.
Yeah, this level last night has been awesome. Pretty jealous of all these people.
hate it when my pens start to dry out.
I talking about that a little while ago.
Yeah. But like, especially right when you're doing a line that you know you're just gonna kill, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Are things starting to open up in your cities?
In mine, yeah, pretty much. It's not too closed off. There's some things that are closed off still, which makes no sense to me. But they got to do it how they got to do it. Do you collect comic books, or you just collect art?
I collect some comics, mainly more recent. I got back into it, I think like 2015. So I think if I started going back, I would just get like the omnibuses and all of those to catch up, or to educate myself.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely more modern comic art.
Yeah.
Comic books. But I'm a big, I do like collecting art.
But yours is the art and the cosplay.
Yeah, and I'll read the characters I like. I'll read their books. Usually, more female people.
Yeah.
And assholes, like mean ladies. Dr. Afra is one of my favorites because she's kind of not the nicest person.
Is that because there's an id inside of you that kind of relates?
I mean, that would be nice to think. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think secretly 100%. But and also just because they're not they're newer characters, so I feel like I'm not missing a whole backstory that would be important. I just get overwhelmed with the big long time characters. I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I was interested in reading this one set of Green Lantern stories back when Green Lantern was really, really popular. It was a set of books called Darkest Night or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
So back then I was heavily into all the bootleg download sites. So I found this. It said the complete Darkest Night thing. So I'm like, cool. First of all, it took about a week for it to download. And when I finally got it, it was like something like 500 comic books.
Man.
And I was like, man, I'm not reading no 500 comic books on one story. I ended up not reading them.
You just putting all your illicit activities out online.
Well, I used to do it. I pay for stuff now. So.
Sure.
Yeah, it's overwhelming when you are like, oh, I want to go back to this. Like, I've heard it's really good, and then I'm like, oh, there's like 30 books. I was like, oh, I'm also a slow reader. Like, this is gonna take me years.
I posted this. It was like the cover of the Eternals #1 that came out in the 50s. Now that the movie is about to come out. So somebody was selling that Eternals book on eBay or something like that for like, I think it was about $4,000. Woo! I'm like, I remember buying that when that was 25 cents.
Wow.
Do you remember when God said, "Let there be light"?
Yep, I remember that. It took me a while to get used to the light, but I was okay.
Yeah. I'll turn off that light.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the prices of some of like the first issues, even on recent books.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. I've never gotten maybe 2 books graded. And everyone's like, "Oh, if you want to sell your books, get them graded." But
Yeah, I still don't really understand the grading thing.
yeah,
Me neither.
I mean, maybe.
My thing is, I thought comics were for you to read.
Mm-hmm.
I
think that's my knowledge.
And you will never read those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just goes into plastic and sell it off to the next sucker.
Yep.
Yeah, Linda was in the chat, just said that she's, with some of the big money sales, she's amazed that there's enough collectors willing to pay those prices. And I agree. It's just people, because I love something that's feeding the children, but I was late to that game, and people are selling it #1 for like $1,500 graded. I'm like, oh, like, this just came out like starting in like 2018, maybe 19. Crazy. It was a low price, and I get that, but it's shocking. Like, oh, well, I'll just buy the trades. I don't mind. Crazy.
I overheard a guy talking to a group of other guys at a show, and he had just come from buying some art from somebody at that show. And he's one of those guys who comes up and always tells you he's your greatest fan and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But then he's standing in front of these guys. He says, man, look at them dummies over there. They're over there selling these books. Selling this art for this and for this and this. He says, man, I'm going to take this and put this right on eBay and sell this 4 times the amount.
I'm sorry, Larry.
Steve, I'll get the invoices out sometime tomorrow, probably.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
Is there enough black on there? I have some.
I got a little bit more to put on.
Okay. If you're running out, I could ship some to you.
Thanks. I probably go through like a container of black probably within like at least a week.
Dang, man. That's crazy. Woo.
Great.
She got this Gambit from the sideshow.
Who's that for? Devonsky. Wow.
Pretty cool.
Who got that? I'm jealous. I'm gonna
I
go.
don't know if I'm at liberty to say.
Okay, fine. Is her name Annika? That's
Nope.
gonna get to
That
Annika's.
is not Annika for sure.
Because that
Annika
one
doesn't
is
get
super
X
cool.
guys.
I don't get guys at all. That's very true. No guys in my collection.
You have no guys in your collection?
Only if it's like OA. But yeah, no guys. I felt like a Superman because I love Superman growing up. But no, in my commissions it's all no guys. You know, I don't know why.
It's okay to do that.
girls are just cooler.
I was having this conversation with my sister one day, and I was saying, because she's all she likes the people who do all the cosplay stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what is the deal with so many women at these shows dressing up as either male characters or their costumes the costumes look like the male character costumes? She said because the men just have the cooler looking costumes. I'm like, dudes don't go around dressing up as women characters because they think their costumes are cool.
They'd be so cold all day. The women costumes barely have anything on.
Right.
Larry, can you draw me a Wolverine dressed as Psylocke?
Right. Man, there was this guy. This guy had to be about 80 years old. He was at some show dressed up as Harley Quinn. Man, that looked awful.
Oh, glad I missed that one.
Larry's all, I'd still hit it.
I'm not that dude.
I know a guy who dressed up as Spider-Man.
I was saying,
A bunch of creators and didn't tell him it was him.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds stupid.
Right.
Who would ever do that?
Who was in there, David?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
you're gonna go back to the first David 4C video.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
What's a Spider-Man?
Exactly.
Did you get a live claim from James, Annika?
Yes,
Who'd you get?
Foster.
No, a live claim.
Oh yeah, Valkyrie.
Oh, you got a Valkyrie. Okay, I thought you got the Erica Slaughter.
No, that's not.
In color and hair and stuff.
Mother. Dustin, if you're watching, I hate you so much. Gosh, bless the world. Bless it and release it. It's fine. I don't need that.
Yeah, it looks like he had a lot of color to it. Somebody, he had a Ghost Rider.
I like the whiteout. That's sick.
All right, I'm done with this one. You have to see it.
Woo!
That chain is cool.
You doing another one, Larry? Or you're falling asleep on us?
I guess I could do another one.
All right. Don't claim until I put the thing up, people. But if there's more than one claim, again, I will spin the wheel for the winner. So as soon as you guys see the very timely claim video.
God, I'm gonna miss that for sure.
All right. So we'll see what kind of claims we get.
Linda says that the chains look great, and then Lucas says that it's one of the best Ghost Riders he's seen.
Thanks.
It's awesome. I'm gonna totally miss that.
Just in case they didn't see it the first time. Anybody wants a claim for Larry? Actually,
Or we could just give it to James.
James. Yeah, you know what? No one's claiming it. We're gonna give it to James. I'm calling it.
He said Hela or Odin.
James said what?
Hela or Odin, I think.
Hela or Odin? All right.
Yeah.
So your choice, Larry, Hella or Odin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again.
Your choice, Hella or Odin,
You said Odin?
or Hella.
I guess Odin.
Hella's headpiece is insane.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, congrats, Michael. That Ghost Rider is awesome.
Thanks.
Look at that, Real. Yeah. I'll let James have that one.
Let's see.
David, how's the book coming along?
Say again?
How's the book coming along?
Good. You know, I'm looking forward to being done with it and getting on to some other cool projects.
What issue are you on?
5.
5?
Yep. One more to go.
Oh, is it a 6-issue series?
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Oh yeah, that was the last book. That was the last book I read.
There you go.
How'd you like it, Larry? Good?
It was really good. Yep.
You can't find them anywhere. Jeff's been trying to find one. You can't find one. Which could be a good thing. I guess they're selling out, right?
I wish that was the case. I hope that's the case.
Maybe you should send me some, Dave, and I'll sell them on the page.
Yeah. I probably have to get more for me to do that. You know, how family ends up going, hey, where's mine?
Loving the stuff you guys are putting out tonight. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
What do you think? Is something we would do again someday?
It depends on if the people want it.
Yeah,
I'm with it. I'm with it.
We haven't had a claim issue. It was our first one. It was kind of unannounced. I mean, if we had announced it a week ago, we might have a whole different crowd too. Or on a Thursday night, our regular time too. A lot of different factors could go into that.
Mm-hmm.
That only make it better.
Pick it up.
Ooh. I feel like I stepped away for like 2 minutes. And I've learned so much. That's awesome. Get back on my chair. I'm too short.
I'm getting a weird glitch on my StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looked like you was having some technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah. There was a night, I wasn't on that night, but there was one night where, I don't know, StreamYard wasn't working at all.
Wow.
People who had shows couldn't do them and stuff, or had to cancel them and stuff. And then I think the next day we were having Bill Morris, and I was freaking out. That was our first show with Bill, and I certainly didn't want to have something stupid like that happen. But luckily, they figured it out. The thing about StreamYard is the program that's web-based, so it's not something you install on your computer. So if there's anything going on with the internet, it's subject to it. I just shipped out all that stuff, and I just got a little shit in. If I would have got it sooner, I could have thrown stuff in here.
Cruel joke.
Yeah. That's all right.
So speaking of Thor, has anybody seen that Ragnarok's TV series?
Nope.
Oh, like from Denmark or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's where it's
right now.
I had subtitles. Maybe not.
There's a lot of stuff that I want to watch, but
Mhm.
because it's foreign, it has subtitles. Unless I'm actually sitting there, I end up having to turn down a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like foreign movies. It's just hard to watch a foreign movie while you're drawing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to multitask. I do work while I watch TV.
Yeah.
My principal doesn't see this. Yeah, when it has subtitles, I can watch it.
So since you like collecting the women hero characters, do you like those movies?
I
Yeah.
watch them. Some of them I like more than others. But I actually like the I don't know, I like the boy movies better. I don't know. The woman ones are always like so serious.
Yeah.
Like she was bullied as a kid, so now she has to be strong and
Women have a lot of gravitas, you know?
mhm. It's not like a fun one. That's why I'm hoping like the new Thor is gonna be good, because as much as I love Jane Foster Thor, Taiki Waititi is so funny. So I'm hoping it'll be like a less serious take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was no good Thor movies. Sorry.
You know what, David?
I totally agree with you.
I'm with you on that. I thought the first Thor movie was okay. The second one, I think I watched it one time. And Ragnarok was just, I don't know what the hell that was.
What was the one that had the destroyer in it?
That was the first one.
First one.
'Cause I was looking forward to that character.
Yeah.
So were a lot of people.
He didn't really. He wasn't as cool as I was hoping he was going to be.
They turned him into a Mimbo.
That's right. I remember we talked about this.
What did he say? It turned into what?
A Mimbo.
That's funny.
Who's the Cyclops C4? I forget, but I'm jealous of them. Be jealous of this Odin piece too. I love
Yep,
Odin.
train's coming by.
Yeah. You heard that?
Yeah, you live in like the noisiest neighborhood ever.
I know. This is why you shouldn't ask me to help you. It's so noisy.
Well, Jeff and I were making plans since we're going to rent your place out for San Diego Comic-Con.
It's close.
We're going to let Mama Ito cook for us.
No, but she doesn't live close. She lives in like the suburb. Oh, no, I don't know what it's called. But not close. It's close to downtown, but not in downtown. That's why we sleep outside. Like crazy people. It's fun though. It's fun to be surrounded by people who are super nerds just like you.
That's it. All the Pasco art is ready to get labels and sorted and get shipped.
That was only on Thursday, huh?
Yeah, and he lives out near David, I think, or somewhere in California, maybe. Do you know James Pasco, Dave?
Nope.
No.
I know of him, but I don't know.
Do you know Dan Jurgens?
Of him, but what, he lives out here too?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
There's also a bunch of people up, like in the Pacific Northwest, which I didn't know about, which is kind of cool. Everyone's everywhere.
Break out my best Larry Stroman action.
Oh.
So I'm getting used to David now too. You know, once he starts painting with the ink, then that white pen comes out. It's over.
Sure. 1-2 punch.
That's when I can tell him it looks good. When I see the white pen comes out.
Can you see me drawing? I think I got this. I don't know if I got this thing in the wrong place.
Hold on. It looked like it was fun. Yeah. You were good.
Okay.
Sorry. Who's this for? James Burke?
James, yep. Who doesn't even know he's getting it?
AKA Anahita?
Annika's first male character.
It would be. I would like Guardians. I just like all characters from Thor.
a picture of the screen and show it to them.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah. You don't really need to show it to him, but you can.
I thought we were going to do all X-Men characters tonight.
Odin came and messed it all up.
Actually, Ghost Rider did.
Oh, that's right. There was a
Ghost Rider jacked it all up. I can't believe David nor Larry said anything about my shirt tonight.
I can't see your shirt. Oh,
I didn't see it.
oh, it's nice. I'd wear it when I'm in the grave.
cool.
So what is that you're using there, Larry? Is that like a marker or
It's some kind of pen that it's like some Japanese pen called a Tombow.
Oh, okay.
Which
I've heard a lot of people talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who I first saw using it, but I said, "Hey, I'm gonna try that," and I've been using them ever since.
Andrew says that piece is going straight on the wall.
Straight.
Andrew's getting the Cyclops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's congratulations. Man. All the pieces tonight.
Well, we leveled up.
I know. I have so many pieces by everyone here, and now I'm like, I want to get a level up piece.
Well, I think we're definitely going to do more level up shows.
Cool.
Provided, we can find artists to do it.
Oh, these are awesome.
So, David, design a nice logo, level up.
Say again?
Design a nice logo for level up.
Where? What logo?
For us tonight, for leveling up.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're probably going to have to do it again.
I hope so. That'll be cool.
Anybody who's watching, give us some feedback. Let us know what you think of it compared to the other live sketch claims we do, which are quicker. Is this something you want to see more again? And we're trying out Monday nights, and I was interested to see what kind of crowd we were going to pull in.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't half bad, considering I just announced it yesterday. So how long do you have break for going to school?
I'm gonna sound like I'm complaining. I'm not. It's only a month this time. Because we are usually on like a modified year round. So we usually get out early June and then go back mid-July. But because of COVID, this year was traditional, so we're getting out mid-June. It was only a month, which is still a long time.
Well, Andrew, good luck on your new job. I'm sure we'll do a weekend show. I'm still going to do the marathon, and that'll definitely be on a weekend.
We're doing a marathon?
Yeah. We're going to get David and hopefully Ariel Diaz, maybe Bill Morrison, and anybody else who wants to do it. And we're going to do a sketch show where we go until the last man says he can't.
No, I'm always going to lose that one.
You notice I didn't say Larry.
Yep.
Larry's a sprinter.
Yeah. Exactly.
That'll be a fun show.
It'll be a long show,
Yeah.
but it'll be fun. We'll have to think of ways to keep it moving. Multiple hosts. Let Attica run the show for an hour.
What if I want to play? Oh, it'll only be for a little bit. That's fine. I can pop in.
I'm thinking probably in the fall.
Yeah, I feel like this summer everyone's going to be so busy because it's like the first summer where things are starting to open up.
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah.
I'll do like Labor Day weekend. So you can
I started to write this post, but I ended up scrapping it. I was gonna start talking about how I kind of miss things being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I miss going to stores and there's only like 3 people in the store.
Yes. Where did I have to go? I had to go somewhere the other day, and it was so crowded, and I was not happy.
Yep. I like not bumping into people places.
Mm-hmm. It's so busy where I live. You can't tell by all the noise. But walking my dog is always so hard. She doesn't like people.
Yeah, mine is the complete opposite. I have to go out of my way to keep her away from everybody.
Nice. She's getting better. There's certain people she doesn't like.
She also doesn't seem to understand when another dog is barking at her out of anger. She's thinking the dog is saying hello to her.
To play.
So the dog would be yelling and screaming and slobbering out his mouth, and she'll just be walking towards the dog like she could care less.
Oh, no. Oh, Robert really likes seeing the favorite pieces, Ken.
Yeah, he loves his own. He missed the Ghost Rider. And he hopes this becomes a regular thing. Yeah, you know what? It might, buddy. It just might. Definitely doing more Monday shows. We have a show next Monday, obviously with Rags Morales.
It's going to be awesome.
And the following Monday, I was going to have Roy Thomas on, but things got a little screwy, so he's not going to be on. But I do have hopefully a backup of a guy who is.
You said Roy Thomas?
Yeah.
The writer?
Yeah, but he's not coming.
But what was he going to draw?
Well, he sketches.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, nothing. You know, he's not Larry Stroman, but you know.
He was probably my favorite Marvel writer ever.
Really,
I'm done.
Awesome.
I loved all that Conan stuff he did. A lot of stuff.
I'm hoping that the guy that I got to replace them can do it because it's in the same kind of vein.
I'm
Not a
done.
writer, but somebody who's I guess he was a writer.
Oh, I thought you were saying you was done because I said I like Roy Thomas's writing.
No, I'm done because I'm done with my drawing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's see. Hold on a second.
Wow.
It's all right.
Yeah, you listen, Dave. You just keep practicing, buddy.
Yeah. If he gave it another couple of days, it would be okay.
Yeah.
That looks great, man.
That's awesome.
Who got that one? That was Andrew.
Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right.
Good stuff.
Well, what's the next one?
Well, let's find out. Oh, I love my quick little claims. All right, let's see if we get another claim here. Getting late.
I gotta go wash my hands. Tell me when I come back if there is one.
Okay, we will. So we got a claim available. Anybody wants one for David?
The lightning.
I just like the thunder.
Wow, that's turning out awesome.
And I'm back.
We haven't had a claim yet. Well, we might have one in a second. You said A++. Plus. It's giving grades out.
I'll just twiddle my thumbs into. Larry, I can't see what you're doing.
Everyone is on already getting sketch.
What was that?
You said you can't see?
I can't
Everyone
see.
is on probably already has the sketch. That's why. Again, this nasty glitch on the streaming version. I don't know what that is. That Kirby crackle?
Yep. You got to have the Kirby crackle.
Oh, you messed up. Start all over. Larry, have you ever done a sketch that you didn't want to give away after you did it?
Yep. I did it was a Silver Surfer, the Galactus picture. But my best friend ended up being the one getting it.
Oh, wow. Well, as long as it was friends getting it.
And then because he's my best friend, I didn't want to charge him, so he got it for free.
So,
So you don't want to give it away, and you had to give it to him for free.
No, if somebody's my best friend, I give him stuff for free.
then why haven't I gotten anything?
He beat me to it.
We haven't spent enough hours on the phone.
I'm calling you right now.
Yeah. I remember there used to be a time when you could go and hang out at comic artist studios, and if you hung out enough, you can say, "Can I get that?" And I was like, "Sure," and they would just hand you stuff.
Wow.
Not today.
Not today. Nope.
I'll charge my mama.
Yep.
That's funny.
Just leave it look just like that. Don't add no more black. Ah, you ruined it.
No more black. The funny thing is that table that Larry's working on, I don't think it has a speck of black on it, so he never misses.
Mm-hmm. Like Mike Mignola is going, dang, that's a lot of black.
or Frank Miller.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I met him at a party. It was back when Marvel used to have those cool parties. So me and Frank Miller standing there, we're just talking about art, talking about different things that we use. And then some fanboy guy just popped up out of nowhere and runs over to him and starts yelling and screaming and wanted to get his autograph and stuff. And then me and Frank, we just kind of looked at each other and said, "Hey, man, I'll talk to you later."
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the only time I seen him after that was once when we were in San Diego when I was doing my book Tribe. I speaking to him and I asked him if he could do a pinup for me or something. He was like, "Sure." Gave me his phone number, and I remember when I walked back to my table, people say, "You got Frank Miller's phone number?" I was like, "Yeah." They said, "How did you do that?" I said, "He just gave it to me."
I asked him for it.
I met him twice. One time he was really drunk at a DC party.
Right.
And
Everybody's drunk at DC parties.
not me. I'm just there looking at all the drunk people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other time was at a store signing because this is weird. James Robinson, the writer, invited me, and Jaime Hernandez, Tommy Lee Edwards, Howard Chaykin, Gil Kane, and Frank Miller, and then me. And I'm like, what am I doing here?
I've been in those kind of situations before.
And I was hearing, oh, Gil Kane is kind of a jerk and this, that, and the other. And I got the opposite because he was the sweetest guy in the world to me. And he
Exactly
loved looking at my portfolio, and it was naming off all of my influences before I even told him.
Yep.
He took his time looking at it. I was like, wow, this is great. And then later, Frank Miller came over and we talked, and he was really encouraging and sweet. It was like the total opposite of when I first met him because, he was in, relaxation mode when he was at that DC party.
And that's how most of those guys are. If you meet them at the right time, they're never those people that people tell stories about.
Yeah, and usually the people who tell those types of stories, I'm like, okay, now it makes me reassess them and go, okay, what did you do?
Right.
There's two sides of these stories. So.
like I've had guys come up, and they would tell me about how there's this artist better than me and that artist is better than me and whatever. And I listen to the stories, and then sometimes I get to a point where I just don't feel like listening to it. So I tell the guy to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that after I tell him to get lost, he's going to go and tell 20 people what a terrible person I am.
Sure. That is awesome.
Thanks.
Man, I want that one.
Yeah, that turned out insane.
Oh, now you just messed it all up. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take out too much of the black.
But you know, I've seen artists do that. I've seen artists completely destroy something because they couldn't figure out what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's done. Can you see the whole thing?
We're gonna call it, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming out, participating, and getting some sketches. Hopefully you liked the level up connection. I think we're going to be doing this again, probably maybe in July. Get another one going.
Yeah, those are
some great stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to everyone who's snagged a piece.
Thanks everybody involved, everybody who's watching, everybody who was
Larry,
claiming.
David, thank you guys once again. Two of my favorite people. Vulcan Sun going up.
Live long and prosper.
Yep.
Prosper. All right. Take care, everybody. Good night. We'll see you on Thursday. Andy Kuhn is going to be on. It should be a great show. So we'll see everybody Thursday.